I met a girl the other day, and she talked about her mental health like it's a job title. I have anxiety. I have some family issues. I have depression. And then I asked her one thing that made her go completely silent. Why do you claim ownership of it if it makes you suffer? Because there's a mind virus in people that puts them into a cage of pain for all their lives. And that virus spreads with one single word. I. To understand that, let's imagine a smoker. He smokes tens of cigarettes a day. And every day at work, he naturally takes a break to smoke another one. After lunch, the next one, and when he has a moment of calm, the next one. But then one day, he forgot to buy a new pack and sits at home. The urge to smoke a cigarette is creeping up in him. What do you think will happen? Smokers have the insane ability to bend space and time, to move heaven and hell, to fulfill their goal, to smoke a cigarette. In 15 minutes, our smoker will have a lit cigarette in his mouth. They just seem to appear out of nowhere. Circumstances align so perfectly that he can fulfill his desire, or to better say, his identity, because he's a smoker. And what does a smoker do? Anyone? He smokes. And now let's get back to the girl I met. She was talking totally natural about her mental health and family issues. That she has anxiety and that she's always stressed and her life is so chaotic. And don't get me wrong, I'm not judging her now or was on our date. I have nothing but love for her. I'm just using this example to show how destructive this mind virus is. Because she said it so casually. I have anxiety, like it was a job title. And you might think now, so what? It's just an innocent expression. But what if it's not? What if it's a label we create? And what if that label dictates how we live? And you just don't have an innocent expression anymore, then you install a script. You might say something like,
I am someone who has a hard time talking to strangers. Or I am not someone who easily trusts people.
Like if that's something virtuous. And now imagine your brain hearing those same 3 words over and over every day. I have anxiety. What do you think it does with that? Does it investigate it? No, right? It goes to work, building the scenes, casting the roles, writing the ending. Because talking like that writes a script. Your brain hears the words my or I am and looks for ways to make you the actor that performs the script. And like the good actor you are fully immersed in that narrative. Your brain, your nervous system will do anything in their power to fulfill this story. And once that identity, that story, is installed, your system unconsciously filters reality to match it. Because here's an important thing. Your brain would rather see you consistent than happy. But why can't we just quit easily? Why can't we just stop labeling ourselves? Why can't the smoker just quit? You know, a day in the life of that girl with anxiety was structured. She knew exactly what would happen. If I do this, I get anxiety. If I do that, I will shake and hyperventilate.
Or meditation doesn't work for me. My head is constantly thinking.
And dropping a label is dangerous for your ego that loves familiarity. Your ego thinks better the known unhappiness than the unknown happiness. Losing the label or the identification creates fear. What if I'm not the smoker and don't have the security of smoking? What if I do not have anxiety and the safety to know how my life works with it? Or to better say, who am I without my thing? So your ego clings to these labels because losing them could mean losing yourself. And that could mean death. So your ego rather keeps you miserable than free. And maybe the hardest part isn't even losing the label, the identification. Maybe the hardest part is betraying that version of you who needed it to survive. The old version of you that went through all this pain. The one that got you through. So staying anxious, staying broken, is a way for you to stay loyal to the part of you that suffered. And when I tell that people, they get angry. They then say things like,
No, I really have this diagnosis from a doctor that I have ADHD, or anxiety, or cancer, or whatever.
But these are just labels, scripts. And you start to act like this script is your freaking life. You know why they get angry? Because their ego gets challenged into expansion. Admitting that a label, a diagnosis, an identification would mean that your ego needs to leave the familiarity. And with that, risk of dying. Not you, the ego. So better attack the messenger. Even if the message says, you're not your label, you're bigger than that. But damn, smart and handsome man on the internet, I hear you say now. How would I then address what's happening with my anxiety and so? And to understand that, look out of the window for a moment. What do you see? Do you notice something? Are there trees, cars, buildings, whatever there is? Look at it. These are just things. You see things. And things you can see or observe cannot be you because you observe them. Your anxiety is not yours. You observe certain emotions in your body. There is fear and anger in your body. Or to be more precise, there is fear and anxiety in this body. You observe the body. You observe the feelings. You are the observer. You don't need to act. Look back out of your window for a second. And let's say there's a tree. Do you have a problem with that tree? Are you trying to fix it? Probably not, right? The tree is just another thing. The same as the feelings of fear are just a thing. Why do you have a problem with that feeling? Why don't you have a problem with that tree? Why do you claim ownership of that problem, of that feeling? And people then just say, no, that's normal. That's just how I am. That's just how humans are. No, it's psychotic. Just because a belief or a way of life is adapted by masses doesn't make it normal, doesn't make it good, doesn't make it healthy. And have you ever wondered why so many people reach their goals in life so easily while you feel still stuck? It's because they're cheating. And what that cheat code is, you will see in this video.